You here. My name is Christine DeGennaro, and I am a life coach, and I am bringing you positive vibrations, lots of love, and lots of coffee this morning. This is the podcast for introverted women who are busy working moms, who are looking for tips and tricks to improve their self care, to reclaim their life balance, and not feel guilty about it. And I'm so excited to have you here today for Tarot Tuesday. Today is episode 21. The date is October the 18th of 2022. And I'm sipping on my Quackers Great Vibes coffee. Definitely recommend you check it out. Any purchase you make from Great Vibes is going to go into helping Miss Luna. So donations are going to be coming in for Miss Luna. Let me turn off my cell phone here. Can't have that. And Miss Luna, let's do a quick update on Miss Luna before we dive on in. Miss Luna, who is one of our pretty little female ducks. For those of you who don't know, I am a duck fanatic and a duck mom. And we started with a duck named Goose and Maverick, and Goose is here with us. Maverick no longer is. So we wanted to accumulate a few friends for Goose. So we ended up with another 7 ducks. They are the Harry Potter crew. And right now we have a recovering Miss Luna here with us because she fell sick and the others started picking on her. So we're working on getting her better. And for a quick update, she is doing really, really well. We were able to get from your donations. You guys were amazing at helping donate. We were able to get her some medication for her leg to help with any inflammation and swelling. And, so we've got some pads. We were able to get a little fenced in area for her. So she's hanging out with Goose, and antibiotics for her. So her belly is getting all better and we're doing well. She's doing really well. So thank you all immensely for all your help. And just remember, anytime you guys go and get Great Vibes coffee, a portion of the proceeds go back to taking care of the ducks. So there's that for our sponsor. So today is Tarot Tuesday. And we're going to pull a card for today's intention. And I start off each session with an intention setting card to allow us to figure out where we're going to focus for today's broadcast. I like to pull in a little bit of woo. We talk about law of attraction. We talk about woo. We talk about everything that is going to get us feeling better and start manifesting the life that we like. All right. So today is Page of Wands. So I'm using the Biddy Tarot card. So Wands reflects passion and fire and spirit. And the Page of Wands usually indicates a new path. So this gentleman is getting ready to go on an adventure. This card represents adventure of fire and passion and new paths. What adventure are you going to be finding yourself on today? So let's keep an eye out for that. Today is going to be new adventures. I like that. I love that. So for those of you who are listening to the podcast, the Page of Wands is a single man holding what appears to be a walking stick, and he's looking straight forward at the stick. He's got the sun behind him, and he's looking at the stick like, all right, let's do this. Let's go. And he looks like he's getting ready to go on an adventure, and he's looking forward, and he's put the sun behind him. So he's got the warmth of the sun on his back. And so positive new adventures full of fire and spirit. I love it. So that is today's card using our Biddy Tarot deck. So every week I do Tarot Tuesday, and Tarot Tuesday is where we turn to the cards for insight and guidance. Now, I do offer tarot reading sessions. They're full life reading sessions, but spots are limited just because it's not my main focus. My main focus is my 12-week Sacred Life Clinic. And so the tarot is just more for fun than for anything else, just because I love doing readings for people. And it's fun to see what the cards say. It's different perspective. I love that different outside perspective. So today's topic in regards to the cards, we're focusing on time management this week and setting systems into place to really get us on track for living our best lives. We're coming up on the end of 2022, and I really want to know, have you guys met your goals? Have you guys accomplished what you really wanted to this year? I know we always start out, I know I personally always start out, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this year. And, some goals seem obtainable, but then we end up getting back into the routine of life and fall back into our patterns that are holding us back. And, granted, I'm the creator of this system, but I created this system because I struggle with this stuff too. So I am the expert at giving you encouragement, giving you guidance. This is the system that I use and I put in place to help me accomplish my goals. But we're all human and we fall off track sometimes. So today we're going to be focusing on what the cards have to say about us getting back on track, why we ended up falling off track in the first place, and why we're kind of stuck where we are. We're going to look at what we have to overcome to get back on track, and then what your next step is going to be, what action you need to take to get back on track. So let's go ahead and dive on in. What do we think? Who's here with me this morning? Go ahead and put what you're sipping down in the comments. Let me know what you're drinking with me. And if you show up here today, I'm going to pull a card for you. So if you're watching, you definitely want to pop on in and pull a card, okay? Yeah. And then I have two different decks. I have my Biddy Tarot, which is my tarot card. And I love this guy because he's just regular card deck size. And then I have my energy cards. And what that does is it allows me to get an overall energy and focus on what chakras need to get attention, or what energy, masculine, feminine, other balances that play into where we are with the cards. So the first card is going to be why we're stuck. And the card is Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents tension. It represents thoughts that are probably getting in the way. It's two women, one holding a sword in her hand, and there's four other swords. So the total of swords is 5. And there's a woman with her head down behind her. And the woman holding the sword is looking back at the woman with her head down. And so it represents change. It represents tension. It's also the number 5, which has to do a lot with the throat and communication. And so how we're communicating, are we communicating our tension? There's change in the air, and we aren't quite sure what to think about it. Have you ever just felt like there's a major shift on its way? It's in the process and you're not quite sure what's shifting. I think we're all kind of feeling that right now. So that's what's coming up, is that there's change, there's tension in the way that you're thinking, the way that you're approaching things. So that is leading to you being stuck. Maybe that's fear getting in the way. A lot of people are afraid of change. Some people just don't feel like they have support. So what way is tension showing up for you? I'd be curious. Next card, which is what we have to overcome to get back on track. And that card is the 8 of Wands. Let me hold this up for you. 8 of Wands. Okay? 8 of Wands represents forward movement and momentum. Wands, again, represents passion. It represents fire and spirit. And the card itself is 2 birds, one on top, one down at the bottom. and there's a stack of eight sticks, and they're going down at a downward right. So their point is coming from the left down to the bottom right, which is interesting because it's almost like what you would expect when you throw a spear, how it forward and down, but it's the momentum of the force that threw it is going to get what it's going to make that wand stick. So it's the propelling motion, it's the movement forward. And again, fire and passion. So we have to overcome maybe our fear of momentum. What's going to happen if we get unstuck? What is the biggest thing that comes up for you during that? You know, if you do go ahead and lose 20 pounds, what's that going to mean for you? If you do get that degree, what does that mean for you? And there's a lot of change around those. And a lot of times we end up falling back into our patterns because we get stuck on fear. And when we're stuck in that fear and we're stuck in our patterns, even though it's harmful, it's familiar. And that's enough to keep us stuck. So the third and final card is going to tell us what action we need. The third card is going to tell us what action we need to take to overcome this fear of momentum. Overcome stalemate. The next step is to make a choice. So 2 of Swords. There's a woman standing with her arms across and a sword in each hand, and she's blindfolded. She's sitting under the moon, and she's got the ocean behind her. And it represents stalemate. You have 2 choices. You actually have a lot more than that. But in this circumstance, whatever you're feeling stuck about, you've got 2 choices. You can stay stuck, or you can choose to move forward. And again, we're focusing on thinking, and we're focusing on airflow and movement and being able to connect to our inner guidance and really feel what choice is going to feel the best for you, what choice is going to be right for you. So when it comes down to making the choice of action, we're going to balance our masculine and feminine energy. So when our masculine and feminine energies are out of sync, it looks and feels weird. It looks and feels lopsided. Sometimes when you are being called to take action, you're looking at a more masculine energy. But if you are in a feminine energy of receiving and sitting back and not taking action, things aren't going to progress in the way that they need to. But vice versa, if you are constantly taking masculine action, and by masculine, I mean the idea of doing in and of itself is something that is masculine in energy. It's a very male way. They provide, they go and hunt, they go and they're the workers. And that's obviously a classic interpretation of that energy. Whereas the feminine is the nurturing, and it's the loving, and it's the receiving and holding, right? So your mission to be able to overcome whatever is holding you back, for being stuck and getting out of your current thought patterns, finding a good balance between taking action and sitting back. Taking action and sitting back, and finding a good blend. And maybe you're constantly doing. This is your call to just sit back and take a breath and maybe allow someone to do something to help you. if you are constantly holding yourself back and sitting and allowing others to do for you, or watching others do things for you, it's time to take a step up and do an action. So it's a matter of finding that balance. Okay? So I hope that gives you guys some insight and it gives you a little bit of wisdom from the cards. You know, we're stuck. There's a lot of tension in the air. There's a lot of change that's coming around. But you can't let your fear of momentum hold you back. You can't allow yourself to get stuck without that forward movement. And you have the choice to do that. The power is all yours. But I think the one thing that we need to take away from today is that no matter what you decide, it has to feel good for you. And for you to stay on track, you have to be excited about it. You have to get thrilled and ready to jump out of bed every morning. And if you're not feeling that, then that's okay. But I want to try to work with you a little bit. So I really want you guys to do me a favor and let me know that you're here and start showing up just like I am every single day. I want you here every day getting extra love, extra guidance. And, you know, if you can, spread the word, because I want as many people as possible to receive this love, receive this energy, and know that you're not alone. There are so many people who are also feeling stuck, who are also kind of feeling lost, and that's okay. There's a way to get ahead. There's a way to find balance. There's a way to accomplish everything you want to accomplish without giving up your you time. In fact, you build on your you time, but you do it without guilt. And you do it without adding extra hours to your day. That's something that, you know, you're already busy. Let me guide you in a way that's simple. Let me show you. There we go. Let me show you a way that's going to simplify your life, getting everything all in one place, getting your goals set, tracking your schedule, writing your to-do list. I want you guys to go ahead and make sure you download my free workbook. That's the best place for you to start. I also have a few extra links down in the bottom for my resources. I've got my books. Make sure you're listening to the podcast. I want you guys to get as much help as you need. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm really excited about some of the new projects that I have in the works. So, no one requested a tarot reading today, you goobers. So I am going to put the call out there. If you want me to do a reading for you, oh, private dating chat girls. That's cute. That's cute. Thanks. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a absolutely wonderful day and go and live today with passion. Thanks for joining me for your daily dose of love and caffeination.